Well, let's see about that, won't we? Welcome back, squaddies, to RanDOTA. As always, I am D, and we're back here on the field of battle for another great game of Dota 2. Well, hopefully a great game. We'll see.
It's in the bag.
We got this one in the
So many predictions people are making. I'll have to see who went, because I haven't got a clue. This is just dropped in. We already have a little bit of fighting. There's a stomp from the Centaur. Oh, this might actually be first blood. Silencer managed to break line of sight and get off the Sal, but let's go and introduce the teams before somebody dies real quick, okay? Here in top lane for the Radiant, we've got Slashwink playing on the Centaur Warrunner, helped out by Nearby Rose. Somebody just left, so that's actually good timing. Anyway, Nearby Rose playing the Ogre Magi. They're up against Patience on the Morphling, and function of x equals 3x squared minus 6x plus 12, so we're just going to call you Math, playing on the Silencer. Mid lane for the Radiant, we've got Psionics playing on the Tiny, opposite Alyssa on the Outworld Devourer. For the Dire, bottom lane for the Radiant, we have Mox on the Bane, and Hihi playing Juggernaut. They are up against Delete Dota 2 Soon on the Necrophos, and Learning on the Nyx Assassin, who was our disconnected kid, but we got him back. We got more fighting here. Bane actually gets the bounty rune and a brain zap off on Learning. There's the spin, but they're not close enough to really do much here to Learning, so nothing gonna happen at the end of that day. Back here on top lane, the teams are separate. The two sides are separating to get their blocks. Good block from Psionics, who has already got a tree, and he's also imprisoned in the Astral. Whoa, first blood as Slashwink takes down our Silencer. Takes down Math on the Silencer. That's good to see. Fire Blast, stun, so yeah, I was gonna say, top lane for the Radiant, they've got a ton of stun power up here. I mean, they've got the Centaur Warrunner. Just let the host up. And of course, Fire Blast is one of the most reliable stuns you can find. Patience is their next target. Slashwink is in trouble though. Can they get him? There's the hoof stomp is gonna catch, and Patience goes down as the Fire Blast comes through. Centaur's actually got the... They're gonna get another one here. And already 3-0 for the Radiant as the top lane goes to town. I say that's the problem with fighting two super tanky characters with stuns up here. Meanwhile, down on the bottom lane, the Juggernaut takes down the Nyx Assassin, so the Radiant are getting a good early lead going. Fire Blast, double edge, and that's a killing spree to the Centaur, who does fall to the tower, but it counts as going to Patience because of the fact that he was the last one to hit him within about, I think it's 10 seconds. Mid lane's been relatively quiet. I mean, Tiny's actually beating the Outworld Devourer by a few, which is not what I would have expected, considering melee versus ranged.
Not for you.
Huh. needs an avalanche to stop Alyssa from chasing him. Has to pop a cell to get back to full health. That said though, Patience is in trouble again. Has to waveform away from the centaur. In comes learning on the next assassin, who has just DC'd again. This is good. This is good advice, not just in Dota, but in life. Politeness costs you nothing, folks. Remember that. I do like this set for Necrophos. I mean, the wings aren't my favorite part, but I do like the mask. Yup. Almost always. Not always, but most of the time. Yep. Remember, you cannot share a bottled rune. Although, if you can still pass bottles, I think that helps. It's kind of fun watching little Tiny with the tree. The way he has to hold it. Oh, nearby. I would say Rose has to run. The mana burn not going to be enough to do super mana damage. But I say Centaur's kind of, for a second there, he was fighting on his own against 3, but he managed to take down the Morphling. Nyx doesn't get the impale. Alyssa falls in the mid lane, and Centaur actually manages to escape. That is true, because what Tiny was saying about Outworld Devourer seeming to be made of a delicate rock. Part of that is the fact that if you look at him, I think he's supposed to be made of obsidian, which obsidian is very, very sharp. Like you can make a scalpel out of obsidian that will cut finer than one made of steel. The problem is it's very, very brittle, very easy to break. Basically, an obsidian scalpel can be used like once. Ever.
Coin for me.
Another good split on the bounty runes. A 7-1 right now. So the Radiant have a good 4K gold lead. They also got about a 3,200 XP lead. I mean, look at this. The Ogre is level 5. He's actually above the Centaur right now. Whereas the highest level up here, they're all 3 for the Dire. Waveform. There's a double edge. Takes off a huge chunk of the Morphling's life along with the Fire Blast. The Curse from Math catches both. But we'll have to see what happens. Tiny has hit 6 before the Outworld. Whereas down here, Juggernaut's 5. He's chasing away the Necrophos. Oh, but the Brain Sap. He almost got it. He almost got out of there, but the Brain Sap from the Bane from downtown got him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like they're going to make a move on Patience. There's the Fire Blast onto him. Into the stomp. Into the double edge. Can they get him? Nope, not in time this time. He's got a little too much strength morph. Bloodlust on Rose. Can Rose get out of this though? they know where the Morphling is. Fire Blast into the stun, into the double edge, and there's another kill for the ogre. The Centaur manages to escape just before he gets found. Nightmare on the Necrophos. Oh. And there's the Omni Slash, first of the game. This has been a rough one for the Dire so far, but they still have some good comeback. If they can get the Morphling farmed up and get the Silencer to 6, there's a good chance they can just eventually start blowing people up before anybody can react. Add in things like Sanity's Eclipse, because Sanity's Eclipse doesn't do a huge amount of damage normally. I mean, it can, especially since they do have a Silencer to steal intelligence from other people. But the huge AoE means it's hard to dodge. Oh, the Centaur and the Tiny, they found the Nyx. But they're not gonna go for it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, we got up here just as Slashwank and Mox take down the Nyx assassin. Giving another kill in the lead for the Radiant. This is going a little badly for the Dire, but again, the Radiant are kind of about the early fighting. There's the stun, there's the chain stun, and the Rose gets the kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Although after last week where I was talking about the comeback that one team could have made, we'll see if the Dire can pull it off this time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, get down here just as Necrophos gets spun to death. There's the Impale stun. The toss. Learning is in trouble here. He gets stunned up by the avalanche and just bashed to death by a thrown tree.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tiny throws in the Juggernaut. Gets the spin on the Necrophos. Instantly the guy's down to less than half health. Oh, but let's say that Ghost Shroud.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Psionics does get the kill on the Necrophos, but at the cost of the Juggernaut. But that's a great initiation tactic, is toss your friend on top of the enemy that you want to kill. Meanwhile, Math falling on the top lane to the Ogre again. There's a Fiend's Grip into the Astral Impressment to stop it from doing any more damage. Morphling is in trouble, but not as much as Centaur actually gets some regen, but falls alongside the Bane. That was a good turnaround for the Dire. Tiny just taking raw damage, which, I mean, makes sense, because he gets stronger as he gets bigger. They nerfed how much damage he gains with Grow, though. I remember he used to get like 100 at the max level, as opposed to 60. I might be remembering that wrong. Also, I've been meaning to check it out. What club is this? Lighted Scepter of Serendipity. Double Ignite.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sometimes you don't need a super high intelligence score, sometimes you just need to hit something.
Dire's top tower.
Global Silence comes out, but the Nyx Assassin and the Morphling just surviving.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thing is, the Radiant now know that Global is down for quite a while.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Every tier 1 has fallen for the Dire except the mid lane. Whereas the Radiant, their towers are actually still pretty healthy. Oh, Necrophos is not in a good spot. Good thing by math coming in with that curse. Tiny comes in, just destroys the Necrophos instantly. Avalanche toss combo.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They want this tier 1 gone.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What?
Dire's structures are falling.
I guess that's how they handle the,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess lowering Tiny's agility is how they handle
Dire's
him losing attack speed.
has fallen.
The tower is gone, Sonic throws out the tree. There's the scythe. It actually takes down the Bane, so Bane is down for an extra 15 seconds. That is not a real Tiny.
Radiant are scanning.
This is the real Tiny. He's invisible into the waveform. But they're like, they try to figure out what happened there. That's equal parts the ward and some game sense. Because if not for that ward, they would not have seen that Nyx coming, but you have to know when to fire off the avalanche. We do have a 2-man smoke here on top. Tiny is also invisible on his own. Avalanche toss into the global silence though. And the curse from math.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fire blast to instantly stop the regen. Well played. Yules into the ignite, but that's dodged. Impale on the ogre. Can the ogre actually get out of this? Sandy's eclipse is going to cost. Ooh. Ogre does fall, but they lose the Nyx and the Outworld both fall as well. Definitely not worth it. Enough of the Dire. I mean, the Ogre has proven to be a pretty big thorn in their side, but
Dire's middle tower.
this is bad news looking at the net worth. 4 of the top 5 are on the Radiant.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Well, what is everybody right now? Alright, we got 313 people. in the game. Necrophos fall into Slashwink and Rose down here on the left. Yeah, you can actually bloodlust the tower, remember that. Oh, we have a fight possible. Vendetta coming out. Oh, the Impale misses, but the Vendetta damage doesn't. There's a toss, and Nyx actually dies in midair. Good two-man stun from the Centaur. Outworld's trying to get out. There's the global. Juggernaut's just leading the charge though, because he's like, I don't care. Spins up. Morphling in trouble. He dies instantly. Math gets brain sapped and cut down. The Centaur used his stampede. They catch up to the Outworld, who buys back immediately. Not quite sure what the point of that buyback was. They have no... I mean, they could high ground in the mid lane, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That backdoor protection is the thing. He's actually technically breaking through it. There he goes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, the entire Radiant squad is here. Nyx, you're not in a great spot to be, man. Bane and Centaur coming in from the left. Blink stun from the Centaur into the Fire Blast, into the Avalanche. Nyx is crushed. Bane standing strong in the mid lane at the ramp. Meanwhile, Morphling in trouble here, fighting the Tiny. The Adaptive Strike is going to knock the Tiny back, but the Centaur Stampede comes out. They actually steps on the Morphling, and the stun and toss.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
And they execute the deny. The first tower for the Radiant to go down. And they got the deny on it. Another Vendetta Nyx. Can this Nyx do anything? Probably not, considering Necrophos just gets blasted with the Fire Blast. Oh, the global comes out after Vendetta on the Ogre. That's the fake Ogre. Gets the Fire Blast. They're gonna get the real one. The Avalanche toss, the Avalanche stun misses. Spin onto the fake Ogre. Into the Fiend's Grip. They get the real one, and the Omni Slash comes through as well. Double kill for the Tiny as the Morphling falls alongside the Silencer. Scythe to kill the Juggernaut, and the Bane dies as well. Tiny having to run for his life. Meanwhile, behind them, the Centaur is still here. He's just actually gonna walk away. That is good advice, don't give up. I mean, to be fair, the Radiant are up by 17,000 gold, they're up 21 kills. What's the XP lead? They're about 8k. Invisible Vendetta.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Invisible Tiny is just disturbing. Oh, they know you're there, Tiny. And now they know where you are anyway. Tiny plus Echo Saber is just... that's just terrifying. Not quite as terrifying as the idea of him having a Daedalus. I mean, Tiny's got some of the highest base damage in the game. Meanwhile, Ogre, Juggernaut, and Bane are fighting Roshan and making a good show of it. Immortal Juggernaut. They've taken him down twice, so he's not unkillable. Ooh, Blink Stomp. Almost. The Blink was there, the Stomp just didn't finish because they didn't need it. Toss Stomp, Global Silence, and a National Imprisonment on the Necrophos. So really it's just, there's the Omni Slash. Fiend's Grip kills the Outlaw Devourer as well. Meanwhile the OD gets killed by the Tiny and tossing the Centaur into the fight between the Ogre and the Morphling. Bane actually ends up with that kill, so it ends up being a 3 for nothing. Forced out the glyph, and there goes the silencer, and the Necrophos did buy back. We'll see how that works out for them. Manta on the Juggernaut. This is one lane. They're just they're gonna try and turn this into 2 lanes. Scythe does come down, but it doesn't kill the Centaur. What does die is the Necrophos, so technically a dieback. Tiny and the Ogre sieging the top lane in comes Juggernaut. That's 2 lanes of racks. They now know about the ward, if they didn't already. There goes the Nyx. There goes the Silencer. There goes the OD. The only one left is the Morphling, and he's got to hide. Juggernaut's just decided to throw it. This is going to be a radiant win, looks like. Omni Slash in the fountain. Juggernaut pops the Aegis at the last second. The Radiant win this one. If you enjoyed, be sure to like or favorite the video, and I'll leave a comment down below if you have anything you'd like to say. If you want to keep up with me and never miss any of my current series, and consider joining the squadron by subscribing to the channel. It does help me out, and I really do appreciate it. As for that, folks, I've been D. Kind of a short game this week, but still a fun one to watch, I'd say. Until next time, good night, and good gaming.